Oh, it's wine time. My favorite time. Welcome back to the show, everybody. When it comes to pairing wine with food, what do you know? What do you know? Really, that's a question. What do you know? There's a good chance what you think is completely wrong. I mean that with love. Here to break down the basics of wine pairing and correct some wine myths is our Wine Diva audience from Amusée Wine. Give it up for Leslee Miller, everyone. Now, before we begin, I just want to say the studio audience is revolting. They have noticed that there are the perfect number of glasses to the perfect number of them. So yes, yeah. I reminded them that HR watches every one of these episodes. Yeah, so, okay, what are we going to start with? The myth of match the color of wine to your food.
Right. Actually, Erin was saying that she matches the color of the wine to her outfit.
Anybody surprised by that? Raise your hand. No,
right,
nobody.
So, old school is, pair white to fish and red to meat, and that is totally wrong. It's all about the preparation of the dish.
Because I admit I even do that. It's easy. Like, if I'm going to have cod or a sea bass,
you just do white.
I'm going to do white with it.
But if you're going to blacken your cod, now that's a completely different flavor, right?
That's a good point.
So you could have some spice components. So I did start with, red with meat, white with fish, really classic. I just want you to try this little Sauvignon Blanc because I absolutely love it.
This one?
Yes, it is so delicious. It's Spy Valley. It's New Zealand. We think about New Zealand. Sometimes we do think about Kim Crawford, which is very mass-produced, but this is just so delicious and so bright and so zesty, and I just...
Ooh, daddy happy. Oh, yeah. Get that one right there. Get that shot, Leo. Look at that. Spy Valley.
Spy Valley.
To quote Liz Lemon, I want to go to there.
Yes. And when you think about this is really like beautiful, kind of bright citrus. So pair this actually to maybe a dish where you're throwing in some extra citrus. So you're maybe doing like a whitefish, but you're throwing in like sectors of lime or citrus or things like that. And now you have a perfect pairing.
Oh, I could just drink this. No, I mean, I don't care what I pair this with. That
delicious.
is a good wine.
I know, it's so pretty. So again, think about the flavors in the wine and how you're actually going to pair that to the accoutrements of the dish.
Okay, what's next? Which one's next?
All right, we're going to talk about, if you have something that's fried, spicy, or sweet. Now, fried, this is why
that's a wide range.
Yes.
Fried, spicy, or sweet.
Right, and in the fried department, this is why when you go to a ballpark, this is why the beer people always win, because they have bubbles in everything, right?
Okay.
But fried with a little bit of a bubble, and you know what? Pick up any bubble to go along with fried. I love French fries and chicken wings and all the things, even nachos with just a great little bubbly, like a great little cava here, so delish.
Really? Okay, just generally speaking.
Yes.
Just to be safe.
Just to be safe, yeah.
Bubbly with fried food, okay?
Yes. All right, and now when you think about spicy, so now think about like you ordered out Thai food, and now you went to like
5 pepper hot.
Yes, 4 or 5 pepper hot. Now there is that old school. This is one of the old school pairings that does stick. You have to go with something super spicy and something that has a little titch of sweetness to it.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna give you Moscato, and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, Moscato, right? But now we don't want to think about like the, yellowtail down under Moscato. It's really sticky sweet. This is from Oregon, so I always describe this as kind of like a dry key lime pie.
You would be right.
Yeah.
I don't hate this. And I don't like Moscato
you
at
don't like
all.
Sweet
Like
at
not
all.
even a little bit.
Right.
This has like a little pepper. This has something. There's an element of. There's a little zip to it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So imagine that with something like a green curry or something like that. So again, spice and that. Now sweet also, when you think about that too, you don't want to pair up something super sticky sweet. Everybody always thinks about port, but you can actually do something that has like a richness to it, like a full-bodied cab can also go along with something sweet.
Okay.
All right. So now when we're talking about like dressings, this is something that We talked a lot about like, salad dressings, things that have a vinaigrette to them. This was something, when we went to SOM school, it was like number one, what do you do with all this acid on your plate? Or something that's pickled, or something that has all this like
so if you're
kind
sitting
of
there
tartness
eating,
in your
today
food.
at lunch, you're sitting there eating a salad with grilled chicken and a nice sharp vinaigrette, this is it.
Yeah, so
okay?
Here's where you pair acid to acid. Now, acidic white grapes are generally light-bodied but grow up in cooler climates. And this is Gruner Veltliner, which I say to people all the time, this is your get-out-of-jail-free grape.
This is what do you mean?
Meaning, like if you're in a pickle, literally
this is
a pickle,
the one to do.
You're in a pickle, or you're like with green beans or all the things that you think you can't pair to, Gruner Veltliner is like your secret
Let me say
weapon.
it. Gruner
Veltliner.
Wiener. Wiener? Is it Gruner Wiener?
Wiener.
What?
Matthew McConaughey.
Okay, I'm gonna learn how to pronounce the Wiener wine, and we'll be right back. Back in a moment. Stay with us. More with Leslee. Gruner Veltliner. Welcome back to the show, everyone. We're here with our wine expert, wine diva, Leslee Miller. Okay, I said it. The audience was with me. I learned how to say it. Gruner Veltliner. That's it. Yeah. Okay.
You got it.
What do we have next?
Okay, so we're going to talk about, this is going to lead into what I get this question all the time. What about cuts of meat? And everybody just think just because you're going with beef that you have to go straight to the Cabernet department, and that is actually false. So
if you're getting a steak, you do not necessarily have to get cab.
No.
Okay.
In fact, this has a lot of conversation based around the content of fat in the meat. So this is important. This is really fun to kind of learn. So one rule is that fat loves tannin. So take like a porterhouse or like a prime rib, something that has some richness to it, a ribeye.
Yeah.
Now you need a grape that has that compound in it, a bigger, richer grape like Cabernet. Cabernet and ribeye, BFFs until the end of time.
Cabernet, remember that, write that down, everybody.
Yes.
If you're ordering a ribeye,
Yes.
ribeye and Cabernet, BFFs forever.
So it's that fat in the ribeye and it's the tannin. It's a compound. You're not allergic to it. People think they are in a grape like Cabernet.
Okay, that's a good easy thing that everyone
Yes.
can remember.
Yes.
I love those types of tips.
Now, if you're doing a fillet, you don't actually have any fat in the fillet, and
I'm
now
a
you have a
fillet
leaner.
kind of guy. I like a fillet.
Same.
Yeah.
And now you don't want that tannin because there's nothing really inside to really kind of grab a hold of. So you actually want to pair something like Pinot Noir.
Okay, so
Yes.
write this down.
Yes.
You're ordering a fillet.
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir, they're
Yes.
BFFs. It's like Taylor Swift and me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, TT is, we're best
Yes,
friends.
that's
Okay,
right.
yeah.
So you get a little Pinot Noir and also, a filet, so great. Now, if you throw in some mushrooms and other things like that, the accoutrements here with Pinot, on fire.
Oh, this is good. It's a good Pinot.
I love this
That's
one.
a good Pinot. What brand, what is that?
This is Peter Zemmer, and
Okay.
in Italy they call this grape Pinot Nero. It's just a synonym for Pinot Noir. And what I love about this is we don't always think about Pinot Noir from Italy, but it's northern Italy. It's actually near the Dolomites, and I just love. It's so pretty. It's so lean.
It's really good.
It has like great little herbal notes to it. So fun.
Okay, we have one
Okay,
more.
One more, and I'm just gonna give you pink because you know how we love our pink bubbles
I love
here.
pink
Yes.
bubbles are just, yeah.
And this is like, hey, you're looking at like tailgating food because this is that time of year where we are really piling up on all of like the nachos, the fries, all the things that you're thinking about. And again, people go back to beer. But my tip: always pick a dry, sparkling rosé. You
Always.
can never go wrong during football season with a dry, sparkling rosé.
Because let me just speak for myself. I mean, eventually, I think I'm going to go to my very first NFL game ever this season. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think I'm going to go. FYI, if the bosses could help me with that. But anyway, but I don't want to throw in the cooler.
Right.
I'm not a beer kind of guy, so I could throw that in. I will look real funny tailgating like this. You know what I mean? But yeah, but
I do it, and you know what? It does. It goes well with like any style of chicken wing. It goes well with those nachos. It goes great with hot dogs and things like that.
What is this called again?
This is Clayto Chiarli. This is a dry sparkling Lambrusco, and that's a really good tip too. I mean, this thing is like $16, and I drink it a couple times a week.
Again, we're neighbors. You could invite me over. I mean, Colin's gone for the next few days. Give me a call.
I'll be over with the cart again.
Thank you. Bring the cart over. Give it up for Leslee Miller, everyone. For more information, go to AmuséeWine.com and visit her wine shop, Sit Better, in the North Loop of Minneapolis. We'll be right back. Back after this. This is good, though. Yeah.